Okay, the prestigious last spot for the investors goes to Francois Robinet from AXA Strategic Ventures. He's visiting us today, so let's give him a warm welcome. Do you need a clicker?
Yes.
There you go. Over to you.
Okay, last, hopefully not least. So I'm François, I'm a managing partner for AXA Strategic Ventures. I really like the idea of investor pitch, so well done, because I think the time where startups were coming to beg money to VCs or investors is over. Money is a commodity, capital is a commodity, so it's a question of matching. Every VC have their particular angles, their particular added value. It's a question of finding the right pair, the right startups and the right VCs. So let me introduce you to AXA Strategic Ventures and explain what our angle, what our added value is. I guess you have heard about AXA, maybe less about AXA Strategic Ventures. We are clearly affiliated with AXA, as our name suggests. But maybe let me start by describing what is the innovation ecosystem in AXA, because it helps to understand what we are and maybe more what we are not. In a nutshell, we are not the gateway for startups to work with AXA. So all this started a few years ago when AXA was thinking about the right way to capture innovation with the wave of emerging technologies. And the conclusion was that there's no one recipe. What's important is to have a toolbox and to have different initiatives. So it starts in the operating entities, where people need to think about innovation. I have my colleagues Claudia here, who works in AXA Switzerland, and she's part of the innovation team. New product, new distribution model, new way to do things. So it starts here. There's also an internal incubator to start new projects, but outside of the corporate boundaries, in a more entrepreneurial environment. It's there is business. There are new business that have been created to have different business model, to work on a B2B2C mode, or AXANext, which is about creating joint venture with non-insurance company, with tech companies. But there's also room for investment. And investment means two things. It means strategic investment and it means VC. Strategic investment is basically it's a build or buy decision. It's a business leader that wants to do something, he or she can build or buy, and this is strategic investment. Acquiring a large stake or even a full acquisition of a young or not so young company. And VCs, so that's what I do. VCs is about creating options, so it's investing in innovative company with a financial angle first, in order to create a basket of options that hopefully one day can be exercised from a financial standpoint and maybe from a strategic standpoint. So this long story to tell you that what we do in AXA Strategic Ventures is we try to invest in great companies that will have market validation, that will have market recognition, and therefore our angle is a financial angle. We try to invest in company that will have market recognition, that will enjoy good performance. But of course, what we do as well is, and it's part of the value proposition, is to introduce our portfolio companies to our LPs. So for the Fund 1, our LPs are AXA companies all around the world, and therefore I have people in my team whose only job, once we have invested, so it's never a condition before the investment, there's no special thing in the term sheet and things like that, it's standard term sheet, but after the investment, we try to promote development of business relationship with people like Claudia for Switzerland, for example. So in terms of number, we have 250 million euros, so more $275 million, more or less. We invest multi-stage. I will come back to that. We have also launched a few weeks ago, actually, a fund of fund with 150 million, where we invest in other funds in order to complement our investment strategy, let's say, and we invest either in funds in markets where we are not, or we invest in top-tier fund in market where we are, where we can generate co-investment opportunities. We are, this is a bit late. We are now 16. The goal is to be 19 by the end of the year, and that will be it for the fund one. And we have done 30 deals. We invest cross stage. So early stage, what I define as early stage, because as we have seen, there are different definitions. Early stage for me is a pre-revenue or early revenue company. So it's a team first, a potential market, a good product, but the product market fit is not yet fully established. So it's typically seed Series A in most of the case. And here we invest between $500,000 or euros or Swiss franc. It's more or less the exchange rate is not far, and 2 million. And growth, it says venture, but it's rather growth here. So growth is still startups, but with proven unit economics. Let's say 5-6 million euros or dollars of revenue, and as I said, clear growth characteristic. And here we invest between 2 and 15 million, and we can even go up to 20 at an exceptional basis. Meaning that, as you can see, we are here for the long term. We are a long-term partner. We can follow on, and we like to follow on. That's actually the whole idea, to find a good company and then to work with them for several years and for several rounds. So, in terms of scope, so it's actually quite broad. It's not. It's broader than FinTech. It's broader than InsurTech. As I said, one of our value added is to try to develop business relationship with our LPs and with AXA, and therefore it has, to the extent possible, it has to make sense for insurance and asset management. But actually, it's a very broad range. So it's not only software insurance, it could be technology that is applicable to insurance, it could be marketplace, it could be tech, pure tech. We have done several investments in cybersecurity, a big one that will be announced tomorrow. It could be, of course, it could be InsurTech and FinTech. Verifly, for instance, is on-demand insurance for drone. So it's pretty broad. And we do that in the US and in Europe. That's maybe one of our other angle. The idea was to be global, but global is maybe a bit too much. At least we are trying to be very present in the US and in Europe. We have a team in London, a team in Paris, a team in San Francisco, and one in Europe. And not only it's good in terms of screening, trying to broaden the opportunity set, but it's also good for our portfolio companies because it's a very rich source of information, and it's also a way to help them very efficiently when they start to think global, international. We had one startup last week that spent 2 weeks with us in the Silicon Valley to understand, how to approach their US expansion, and that was, for them quite useful, hopefully. So yes, that's the team. As I said, we will be 19, and it's typically one partner and a team of 2 or 3 associates in each investment office. So the rest is more illustration about the InsurTech market. But in the interest of time, maybe I will stop here. Maybe a few words about Switzerland. So I'm the only investor, I think, which is non-Swiss-based today. So the question is, why did I take the plane at very early this morning to come here? I would say for several reasons. The first one is that one of our LP is AXA Switzerland, and we are working very closely with AXA Switzerland. And each time there is an opportunity to do something in the Swiss market, we are very happy to do it. It's even more important because the weight and the importance of AXA Switzerland in the Swiss market means that we can deliver to our promise of being an investor, but also trying to promote business development and strategic value. Again, because of the business presence of AXA Switzerland, and more generally, for me, Switzerland is a very interesting ecosystem for the reason that good universities, lots of money. Meaning that there is growth capital, and I would say also the fact that it's a small market. But here I would echo what was said in the beginning of the presentations. I like small markets because when you are in a small market, you need to think global. And the example of the Nordics is very clear. Israel is another good example. There are so many very impressive Israeli startups, and it's not for the Israeli market. So, without comparing Switzerland to Israel, but still, it's a small country. It's in terms of people. The thing is that it's a very rich country, and therefore you can make a business out of Switzerland. So the one thing I would say, and maybe one message, is that there is room for the Swiss entrepreneurs to think more global and to think immediately, not only in the Swiss context. So I understand that for fintech, there is all the regulation that is probably some kind of a barrier, but still, I think there is room to think more global and to have, since the beginning, a more global approach. On this, I don't know if there is any question.
Any questions for Francois? Okay.
You do. I'm speaking for one of my companies. What I have to do to get approached, what I have to do to get one of my companies, which I'm invested to AXA Ventures. What is the steps? Is it an email? Is it an official contact? How we do that?
Yeah, you send me a mail. There is as I said, we invest multi-stage, so we have partners that have more focus on early stage company or growth company, but anyway, any entry point is good. So for early stage company, there is a mail that is Europe@AXA Strategic Venture. You send that to it, and we will call you back. Or you can even call me or talk to me after the presentation. And actually, on this one, for my fellow investor, we like to lead, of course. We can price term sheet, but we also very fine to follow, especially in the markets where there is good local investors that knows the ecosystem and so on. We are very comfortable to follow a good investor. So.
Great. Thomas, did you have a question as well, or?
If there was time.
Yeah, quick moment.
If you could name some startups that have invested in Switzerland.
Well, in Switzerland, we have done one investment, and it's not the best history of the portfolio. Which, it's a little bit part of the story. I describe the way I see things now. There was some hesitation about what this investment was in the beginning, and that's why I was clear in the beginning that there is strategic investment and financial investment. Anyway, failure is good to learn, right? So it's a startup that was called Autolina. I said that was called because I think it's the end of the story for them. So that was an unfortunate first exit, I would say. The first, actually, because we started 2 or 3 years ago, so we have the typical G-curve problems happens before success. But actually, we have our first exit, which is in the US with a 7x return. So sometimes it works.
Great. Thank you so much, Francois. That was
Thank you.
wonderful.